Hey, what's up YouTube? Dunkmaster Jack's back with another video for a Masteries and a Runes explanation behind Jax in this video today. Now a quick note, I have been gone for several weeks because of my computer having issues and I just got it back today. Woohoo, I can finally record a little bit and I can get back to making these videos for you guys. So I hope everything ends up well with this computer, and I hope I don't run into any more problems. It is getting irritating that had to happen. I'm falling over my words right now. So one of the things I really wanted to touch on with this video, the main thing, is to give you guys knowledge about what makes Jax like really strong, like what masteries lead Jax to have successful games. Like, what can you do with different builds on Jax? What can you do with different masteries? And there are many options, and I will say that, but mainly I'm going to go over a few mastery pages and a few rune pages you guys can use to set him up, and I hope that gives you a bit of an idea what you should run in certain games depending on matchups with certain champions and matchups with your team. So let's get started on this video. Stepped inside this death of a dive with nothing but my breath and this rep that I want to get into depth about these masteries real quick, and I'll go over each and every one, why I think it's really good on him and why I believe it's probably the best option for him to take and whatnot. So first of all, attack speed. You know, Jax, he's an auto attack reliant champion. You look to throw in as many auto attacks as you can. That's what Jax does. His main form of damage is from basic attacks. So attack speed makes the most sense, right? But I will say this, increase ability damage. If you're looking to do more damage with, say, your W or your Q or your counter strike or your I think this procs on a Grandmaster's Might passive every third hit. So if you're looking to do more damage with your Empower, your Leap Strike, your Counter Strike, or your Grandmaster's Might passive, go this. This is the better one to take if you're running in the Ferocity tree. Now, Double-Edged Sword, I believe this is a very, very good mastery for Jax. And the only issue I have with it is you take an additional 1.5% damage. But the trade-off is you get an additional 3% damage on champions. That is honestly really good. It is so good for Jax, and if you're looking to duel people, this is what I highly recommend, and that's what Jax does best. That's what Jax, his main goal is, to duel. He's a duelist champion, so I mean, this kind of counteracts going a bit tanky with Jax because you're going to end up taking more damage, but if you're looking to duel and do more damage, go this. Feast, if you're looking just to farm passively and get some health back, this is obviously the way to go, but I really do think Double-Edged Sword is a lot stronger on him in my opinion. Okay, moving on to Tier 3 and Ferocity. Natural Talent. I usually go this on Jax, and why? I mean, come on, look at it. 10 attack damage and 15 ability power at level 18. Even though that's not much stats, that is honestly really good on hybrid champions like Jax, who scale with attack damage and ability power, so I definitely recommend this if you're looking to do more overall damage with him. But if you're looking to sustain more, definitely go Vampirism instead. Either one works fine, but I personally like Natural Talent because I look to do more damage and whatnot to fight people with. So moving on to these two in the Tier 4s. Bounty Hunter, I believe this is honestly a solid choice, but it is definitely kill reliant to get your damage, so it doesn't always work the best all the time, so keep that in mind. And Oppressor is probably the best overall, but you're only going to be doing damage if you stun them with your counter strike. So overall, honestly, I'd say Bounty Hunter for more damage overall is the better option, but it's up to you. If you choose you want Oppressor for extra damage when you counter strike them and stun them and then auto attack them a little bit, it's up to you. And with slows and such, if you have like Red Buff or Frozen Mallet, this is a really solid choice. Alright, moving on to Tier 5 for Ferocity Tree. Battering Blows, I believe this is probably the best option for Jax because his damage is primarily physical. So Armor Penetration is honestly the best out of these two choices. Magic Penetration is definitely a solid choice, though, if you're looking to be more bursty and if they have a lot of armor tanks such as Malphite or anything. So, honestly, it really just depends on their team for what you go, but overall, Armor Penetration is the best choice for Jax. If you're looking to do more damage overall, you definitely want Armor Pen. And then now to the Ferocity Tree. Or, not to the Ferocity. The last tier of the Ferocity Tree. So, what I think works best with Jax is this, Fervor of Battle. They recently gave it a buff in patch 6.1, and they increased the damage on it, and now it stacks up to 8 times instead of having to stack it up to 10 times. But keep in mind, you have to stack it on champions rather than minions now. Ever since they did that nerf, it kind of hit it pretty hard, but it's a lot better now. It's honestly a lot better now because your damage output with it is honestly really good. If you get max stacks, it's really crazy what you can do. And being a basic attack champion, this complements him very well. So I honestly recommend this Keystone Mastery the most. It is probably the best choice for him overall. Now, into the Cunning Tree. If you're going jungle, I believe this is the best setup to go 12 into the Cunning Tree with more damage to monsters and minions and extra buff duration. The Merciless, which lets you deal increased damage to champions. And then Dangerous Game for restoring your missing health and mana for champion kills and assists. Really solid choices overall. But you can choose to not go these. And you can go like something like this. You can go something like this where you get more armor for putting 5 points in this, 5% bonus armor and magic resist. So, of course, if you're going to build some tanky items, that's going to add up. But keep in mind, if you're going mostly damage, this isn't going to be that great. So I'd much rather go into this rather than into this. If you're looking for early sustain, definitely Recovery is really good. But I think this is the better choice for the Resolve Mastery Tree. So Tier 2, Explorer, Movement Speed, and Brush and River is increased. Really good if you're trying to gank, and honestly, it's probably the better choice compared to Tough Skin. I mean, if you're looking for healthier clear speeds, then yes, Tough Skin is the best way to go, but overall, I personally like having the extra movement speed and Brush and River. It's very nice when you're trying to gank as a jungler. So, Tier 3 in the Resolve, you can go Veteran Scars for the 45 health, or you can go the Shields, Healing, Regeneration, and Lifesteal on you, or I don't know the math behind it. It's like, what is it, 8% max? Yeah, it's 8% stronger. So, honestly, it's a solid choice, but I personally like the extra health. It's nice for early clears, and it helps out with your overall tankiness. But if you're going like a lifesteal item such as Hextech Gunblade or Blade of the Rune King or just the jungle item, it'll definitely help out with your lifesteal. So, I mean, either one you can't go wrong with, but I personally, I just go Veteran Scars sometimes. But if I'm planning to build a lifesteal or a spell vamp item or whatever, then I definitely go this over that for the extra sustain. And then between these two in the tier 4, I think Insight is the best choice over this. Like, come on. Reduces the cooldown of summoner spells by 15%. That is really, really solid. Like, you cannot go wrong with that. You can just use your Ghost or your Flash more often. So, yeah, I think those are the best choices. Perseverance is not the greatest.
Lucrative, so I had to start over. Good thing I shoot this shit off enough to not take me away to do big bids. So I say that to say that I'm straight.
So yeah. Alright, let's move on to my second page setup. Alright, so this is my second page setup, and it's pure offensive as well. This is more utility based though. So again, I go with the attack speed and ferocity, the double-edged sword, natural talent, and oppressor or bounty hunter. Everyone works. Probably bounty hunter is better though. So with this, I go savagery for the bonus damage on minions and monsters. Really nice for last hitting in lane or for clearing the jungle. The best choice, honestly, in my opinion. Tier 2, I think Runic Affinity is the best for jungle. But if you're in lane, Secret Stash is not a bad choice. Or Assassin, you can do either one of these. Assassin can work for jungle too if you're planning to do more damage overall, but Runic Affinity I think is the best option for jungle. That's just my opinion. Merciless over this. I just think that's straightforward. I don't think Jax runs into too many mana problems, so this is honestly the better choice. Bandit, this is like more of a supporty mastery. Don't really need that. If you're in lane, it can work, but I think for jungle, it's not really that useful. Dangerous Game is just the better choice, in my opinion. You just get more health and mana back for assisting and killing. Okay, so now let me lower my camera a little bit. Hold on, it's pretty big right now. All right. Actually, I think I kind of want to move it over to this side over here. Yeah. Okay. I think that will be better for the video, so you guys can see like the descriptions and whatnot. So precision. You gain 3 flat magic penetration and armor penetration in plus 0.3 per level. So, all right, let's get out the calculator because I guess I'm a Dumbo. So let's say 0.3. What is it? Plus. Would it be plus 17, I guess? yeah, it would be. Oh, wait. Okay, so you get 5.4 extra for your damage with precision. So at level 18, you have a total of what, 8.4 magic penetration and armor penetration flat, which is honestly not bad. It's really good because with Jax he does a lot of magic damage and physical because he's hybrid, but he mostly does physical. So overall it is a solid choice. You can go intelligence if you're planning to spam more abilities. I really like this choice on Jax personally, but precision is still a really solid choice because he's hybrid and it just works on him better. Storm Raider Surge, it got a buff in the last patch. It's not a bad keystone, but I still don't find it that awesome, but if you're planning to stick to people and keep auto-attacking them, it's not a bad choice. But I think Thunderlord's Decree is still a really solid choice right now. It's just the best keystone in the Cunning Tree, in my opinion. If you're looking for damage, go Thunderlords. No explanation needed. It's just so much better. Scales with Jax pretty well too, because it scales with bonus attack damage and ability power. So if you're getting a Ginsu's Rage Blade or a Hextech Gunblade with that, it does a lot of damage. So keep that in mind. Now this is my tanky setup for Jax. Personally, I like going. Okay, let's just talk about the let's talk about the Cunning Tree first. So obviously, I want Savagery, more damage on minions and monsters. Runic Affinity if I'm jungling, which I mostly do because I'm a Jax jungle main, not a Jax top lane main. Merciless, extra damage. I've explained that. Dangerous Game, more mana and health when you kill and get assists. Really good. Okay, so obviously if you're going tanky, you're going to be getting bonus armor and magic resist because you're buying magic resist and armor items. So Unyielding should definitely be your choice. Like, no questions. Personally, if you're looking to be more tanky, I do think Tough Skin is probably the better option here, but you can go Explorer for the extra movement speed and Brush and River, but it's really up to you. I really think Tough Skin is the better choice for going tanky because you never know, like, shit. It could be a difference between life or death sometimes, so keep that in mind. If you're going tanky, health, I just think is a more solid choice, but if you're planning to build like some lifesteal with it, this honestly is not a bad choice. It's a pretty solid choice, but Veteran Scars I just think is the better choice. Like I said with the Tough Skin, it's a difference between life and death. You never know. You really never know. Insight, just the better option in my opinion. I mean, Perseverance sounds really nice for being tanky, but you can make more plays with Insight. I just find Insight to be a lot more powerful than Perseverance. I think Perseverance is good on like Mundo or just a lot of health regen tanks like Zac and such, but if you're like a summoner spell playmaking champion, Insight is so good for them. Okay, so this is like something that really depends on team comp and item builds. So 15% tenacity and slow resist. This is really good if you're planning to what was I going to say? Counteract crowd control against their team. So if they have a lot of stuns, a lot of snares, a lot of roots, whatever, a lot of silences, then yes, go this. I really highly recommend this. But if you feel like you want to be like really tanky overall for the team, go Legendary Guardian, because you get, what is it? It's like +3 armor and magic resist for each nearby enemy champion. So that is, what, 15 armor and magic resist for each champion. That is pretty insane, actually. That really adds up. So, okay, so in team fights, it's going to be really good, right? And it's honestly like the 3 armor and magic resist for each nearby enemy champion is still really good. So overall, this is a really solid choice if you're looking to be more tanky, but if you are afraid of their CC and their slows, definitely go Tenacity. Grasp of the Undying is honestly probably my favorite choice for Jax, and I mean, come on, look at this. Every 4 seconds in combat, your next attack against an enemy champion steals life equal to 3% of your max health. That is pretty insane. Like, wow. It's just, like, really good, honestly. Like, if you're looking to build health items with some armor with it and whatnot, if you're looking to be, like, really health bulky, this just really adds up, and it's going to kind of counteract the need for lifesteal or spell vamp, which is why I don't really go that with runic armor. So Grasp of the Undying, a really solid keystone choice. But Strength of the Ages is still a really solid choice in my opinion. If you're looking to get more health bulk, definitely go this. Because, I mean, 300, it adds up. It's like a ruby crystal worth of health, which is not bad, but it's still not the best. But, I mean, after the buff they gave, after reaching the max bonus, these kills instead restore 6% of your maximum health for the giant monsters or whatnot. That's honestly really good for being a tank. Like, you can be in a team fight, and then all of a sudden the cannon minion dies. Oh my gosh, I just got 6% of my max health back. That really is insane for a tank, honestly. So I still think it's a solid choice. And I do take this sometimes. It really just depends on the game. But come on, if you're looking to duel a shit ton with Jax, which is what you probably want to do, Grasp of the Undying is probably the best. Bond of Stone, really solid choice overall if you're looking for damage reduction. I think this is like one of the best Keystone Masteries in my opinion, so it's not a bad choice on him, but I don't know. The thing about Jax tank is different than other tanks. Like, Jax tank doesn't work as well as other tanks. Like, he's not really a super frontline tank that tanks super amounts of damage like a Zac does, or a Sejuani, or a Scion. He's not like a giant meat shield. So personally, Bond of Stone, I mean, it helps. It's very nice for the team, but you're not really looking to tank all the damage for the team. You're kind of looking to have health bulk to survive and dish out your damage. Like, that's the goal of tanky Jax. Like, you still build a bit damage items, because I honestly think you should build damage items no matter what with Jax. Oh my god, the camera went blurry, what the heck. So yeah, I just think that Grasp of the Undying and Strength of the Ages are the two best options for the Resolve tree.
Living life in the palace, dining with Caesar salads, man. How do you guys allow it? Yo, you weak niggas in the limelight tripping, but I won't let you slide.
Now, let's get into runes. Yeah, I'll save those. Okay, cool. Okay, so honestly, this is what I have been testing out a little bit. I haven't really had too much of testing with this due to the new champion select and Jax being banned all the time. It's really hard to test them out, but if you're looking for early clear speeds, this is what I highly recommend. You have attack speed is like the best scaling thing on Jax. You can go attack damage marks or attack damage quints instead, but I think attack speed overall is like the best clear speed for Jax, so you don't really need the marks for damage, but it does help. So if you're looking to do more damage with your counter strike and your Qs for your leap strikes, then yes, definitely go the marks of attack damage. I still recommend either having the quints in attack speed or the marks in attack speed, depending on what you want to switch for physical damage, but I use this setup and it still works really well. Like, the clear speed is very nice, so you're like more healthy during your clears. And I like to run this 1 cooldown reduction quint and 9 of these glyphs. And why is that? So I get 10% flat cooldown reduction early game, which is very nice for clear speeds, and which is nice for this meta right now is kind of looking to be like more early game playmaking. Like you're looking to snowball a lot more in the early game. So this is like the best choice overall, I think. So because it puts you right there in a lead with these stats. Armor obviously better for early clears because you take less damage from monsters, so this is the best rune choice if you're looking for early clears. I personally always have liked running scaling armor and scaling health seals on Jax, but nowadays with how the meta is, honestly, you kind of want to look to have these seals, probably, but it's really up to you. So this is one of my other setups for Jax, which is probably one of my favorite setups, actually. Even though you don't get cooldown reduction with this setup, you can run like something like, 6 CDR glyphs. Let me move over the camera again. Because I want you guys to see this stuff. So you can run like 6 cooldown reduction glyphs, but scaling. But I mean, I think I have another page for that, so I don't need that. So if you're looking for overall tankiness, this is a better option. Scaling armor or scaling health works. Personally, probably scaling armor is better, but in this meta, there's like a lot of AD champions, so armor probably helps out a lot more than health right now. Magic resist glyphs, of course, for the magic damage. Attack speed quints for clear speed, and then hybrid pin. This is honestly one of my favorite marks on Jax right now. This is probably the best mark you can go with him. And why is that? Because it complements all his damage so well. It's just like a really solid choice. So if you're planning to do a lot more damage, not necessarily early game, but later on in the game, hybrid pin is a really solid choice for marks. So I definitely recommend those. So, okay, this is my last setup right now. I don't have too many setups right now because, he's always banned, so I barely get to pick him. Anyways, attack speed quints. Again, really solid choice. Jax really scales well with attack speed because he looks to get a lot of basic attacks off. Marks. I run attack damage marks, for the extra damage. It's not a bad choice, but it's really up to you. Can run attack speed marks or hybrid pen marks if you want to, but okay, but with this page I run greater seals of scaling health for overall defense bulks. Health is like the best defense in the game because it helps you with overall tank stats. So really solid choice if you're looking to be tanky overall, especially with what I'm running with this, with the cooldown scaling, which gets me 10% at level 18, and the 3 magic resist glyphs. Not a bad idea. But, I mean, if you're losing out on that magic resist a little bit, this is going to help with your overall defenses. So I think that's probably the best choice if you're looking for this setup. But yeah, guys, I'm glad I'm back and I could make a video on this. I just kind of wanted to update my guide a little bit and talk about what's really good for 6.1 right now. This is probably the best 3 setups, I'd say. You can definitely have a lot more setups if you want to, but these are the 3 setups I've been running. But it's like impossible to even use them because he's always banned still. So I hope Riot just fixes Ginsu's Rage Blade, or maybe even nerfs Jax so I can play him again, because that's all I really want right now. I just want to play my main champion, but being banned, he is unplayable. Or if someone picks him, he's taken away from me, so I can't play him. So sadly, I have to be finding other champions to play. But yeah, I'm glad I could make this video and update you guys about what's good to run and everything. So please leave a comment and like this video and subscribe to the channel for some more content, because I definitely plan to make a lot more videos now that I have everything sorted and figured out. So, alright guys, have a good day.
Action!
05 pounds in the Laredo. They gotta get there today though. Ain't no time for trying to lay low, babe, bro. If you can't do it, all you got